Hi, Nikki.
For you.
Good. It's been a while.
It has been way too long.
Yeah.
Oh, who's this?
This is Vasquez.
Vasquez.
This is Vasquez.
Oh, you are so cute.
No, she's evil.
Oh, you can be cute and evil. Yeah. I actually just got a new dog on Wednesday.
So, how many dogs do you have now?
Three.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
I didn't really intend to have three, but um
It just happened.
this one just sort of happened. It wasn't a planned pregnancy. It just happened.
All right. Well, listen. So I read an article that has been published 2 years ago in ironfar.com
Yep.
from a paper that's been published 2 years ago also when an American psychologist, a researcher, um, and her paper, it's a master thesis paper, and she has found out that in the sport of ultra endurance, so
Yep.
that includes other sport than just ultra running, right? Um,
Right.
she has found that in America,
Oh,
percentage wise, there is
yeah.
more people with mental health disorder than in the again percentage wise in the
Uh,
general US
than
population.
the general population. Yeah. And I think actually John Onate didn't John, yeah, like a
I have
while ago found
I have
that
talked to
in
him,
at Western states.
but
Right,
but
exactly.
anyway, I think it's an interesting subject because once you've said that there's more people suffering from mental health in ultra running than outside of ultra running, it raises a lot of questions.
It
Um,
does. Yep.
and so, I mean, my first question is very simple: is why do you think that is? Do you have any idea?
Yeah,
It,
I do. I think that the um people who have mental health issues, who have treated themselves, who have like we find that exercise helps us. And so I think that a lot of people who have a mental illness but also thrive, have found exercise as a part of their treatment. Like
Mhm.
I think, I think these sports um, attract attract people who are exercising because they need to.
Okay, but why more than tennis or pickleball or surfing?
Um, that I don't know. And I don't know studies on, because I think
What's your
there's
idea?
studies.
What's your idea? I mean, I know that you're not a
Oh,
researcher yourself, but do you have an idea on why is that?
I don't know. I think that at least ultra running
Yeah,
is accessible to more people. I
yeah.
mean, like gymnastics, surfing, those kind of things, like you have to have money to do those
Mhm.
or live on the coast or whatever.
Right.
So I think it's easily accessible. And I think that it may be that a lot of us with mental illness kind of like are prone to do things in an addictive way. I'm not sure,
Mhm.
but so well, a little bit of running's good. So a lot of running must be great, and so I
Mhm.
kind of think that that's going on.
But I feel that there's a taboo around this, and I'm afraid to understand why. And the reason that I can see why is it taboo, it's because the entire industry is about run longer, run more, buy more stuff, like do more 100 milers.
Yeah, I mean, I do think that there's a major trend to do more, but I'm not sure if that's related to the mental health piece because I think that social media, people see that people are doing stuff and they're just like, I feel like people are just sort of ticking boxes, like, or doing something as kind of a stunt for social media instead of
Yeah,
just running 100 miles because they came on it like you and I did before social media,
yeah,
when we were just doing it organically.
yeah,
Um, so I think, and there's definitely an intersection of mental health and social media.
yeah. But what I'm not sure I understand is why then there are more people out there raising an alarm saying, hey, it's okay to do 100 miles, but maybe not for a year. or unless you're a pro athlete, and even so, you know what I mean? It's like I'm seeing on social media or even in the magazine, it's all about do more, run more, and it's fine. It's very rare that you have someone saying, hey man, I don't think you should do as much.
That doesn't build somebody's brand. If you want to be a social media influencer, like that, they're competing to do like out stunt each other.
Right.
I mean, it's like, and a lot of the people you see doing that are the ones who aren't world-class athletes.
The majority of them don't last very long.
True. True.
And which is,
and they don't last long because they're doing too much, too fast, too soon.
To my point, so it's kind of counterproductive. Like, I mean, only a handful of them do it, but still, like they try to do Western State and then Hard Rock,
right,
UTMB, and then Diagonal des Fous in the Reunion Island with like a month between those
right.
races. It's like what?
Yeah, absolutely. And I did do some of that but it's like I love it that much. And I didn't end up getting, I was able to stay in the sport for 20 years before getting hurt. From something that had nothing to do with running. But yeah, I think it's probably fine for some people to be doing, ultra after ultra after ultra. Some bodies handle it really well and others don't. I mean, that's the tough thing.
It's interesting because at the same time, it's tempting to want to do what you guys do, because we are on the same start line. We use the same gear, we do the same races. That's what's confusing also. Like I can't play tennis in New York or in
right
Coast on the same as those guys, right? But I can do the same race as you.
Right.
I can do MDS and see you every day doing MDS. I'm like, hey Nikki, how are you?
Yeah, that is a super interesting part of our sport.
Do you think that, because you said that a lot of people potentially maybe with mental health disorder go to those sports, especially ultra running, are attracted to it for different reasons, but do you think the other way around works too, meaning too much of ultra running can lead to mental health disorders? Like like, for example,
actually, you know what, I was talking to Cami Semick about that.
Oh yeah.
And we were just we were on a run a year ago, just sort of spitballing and wondering about that. But so I don't know. It is certainly possible, and it's certainly true that people who have been at the top of their sport, when they start to slow down, that's emotionally very painful. Which is, I think, why most people, when they start to slow down, stop racing. Who have been at the top. Sure. And I kept going, but I was pretty bitter. It wasn't good for me necessarily. I mean, now it's great to be back because I've been injured. Like it's like a whole new restart. But I would love to see somebody like really follow that question up. Can these ultra distance events cause mental illness? And in the same, and I think it's different for, like, first of all, there are two questions here. Can the endurance events themselves cause that, or like an addiction to, I think there's certainly some addiction in there, an addiction to an ultra sport. Absolutely. And can that then manifest as other mental illness later? And then the other question is people who are either professional runners or sort of like maybe not that fast, but they're kind of social media influencer runners. Are they going to have like different mental health problems? I mean, I just don't know.
No, I of course I hear you, but even from an age grouper in triathlon or like a total amateur level, to be able to finish those races like Hard Rock or UTMB, the altitude, and it requires so much training. and then you need to qualify now. Like it's a whole process, right? It also
Right.
isolates you from people who don't do that. You know,
Right.
like you don't party anymore because you have to wake up at 4 a.m. on Sunday because you have like an 8-hour
Right.
run in the mountains or things like that, you know?
Yep. Yep.
It's an obsession.
Absolutely.
That's not healthy.
Yeah. It's not healthy. And I've definitely seen that in Ironman and to an extent in ultra running. And I think Ironman buying UTMB and doing what they're doing, they are encouraging that kind of behavior. And we're getting some of that,
Well, for sure.
like that attitude in the sport where we didn't have it before.
The whole point system thing the way it is
It's,
now, I
yeah.
mean, you have to do so much
Yeah. Yeah. And
just
I,
get the lottery, just to be at the lottery.
yeah,
You know,
I know. I know. And that's putting a lot of barriers. I mean, first making people race too much, but also putting financial barriers there too. Like you have to put so much money, give so much money to UTMB in order to run that.
that drives you
Um,
crazy because then you're not even selected at the lottery. How frustrating is that? You know?
right, right. Well, and I think there are a lot of us who really don't like that.
So back, and that would be my last question. What advice do you give ultra runner in general when they come seek your training, your coaching? Do you talk about this sometimes? Do you
Yes, absolutely. I mean, I only coach about 10 people at a time, and I just coach people for the most part. I mean, your friend will be different, but no, not actually. He's going to come to Bozeman to
oh yeah.
see me because I'm like, I can't coach you if I don't see you
You're
run.
kidding. I think that was an awesome idea you had, and he's so excited about it. And when he told me this, I was like, of course, yes,
Yeah.
that's what you need to do. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I will not like I know I could make a lot more money just coaching online the way people do, but if I don't have hands and eyes on the person,
You're kidding.
I can't do it and I'm gonna get them hurt.
Yeah.
So yeah, the advice, is usually why are you doing this? What is your reason to do this? And if I suspect somebody's getting a bit addicted to it, what's your plan when you get injured?
Mhm.
Like you will get injured
So you get
and
them
you
aware.
have to be
You
able
get
to
them awareness.
tolerate
You bring awareness.
what?
Right? You bring awareness to them, to the
Yeah,
potential issues later
exactly.
down the line. Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. And and I love coaching. It's so much fun, but I don't want to work with somebody who's doing it for reasons that I don't think are healthy.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean,
Yeah.
I'm
But
not a psychiatrist, but
yeah. 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 Mm. So you tell them. You tell them this
yeah,
is what I think. Have you ever said no to someone? Like, no,
yes,
you're too obsessive. This is not going to work. I'm sorry. But
yep,
oh,
yeah,
okay.
I have, yeah, and luckily I can kind of do that because I can just be like, I mean, I have a core group who just likes me to who I have coached seriously in the past, and now I just write training plans for them because they just want me to write training plans. I mean, these people are completely capable of training themselves and they're great, great. But so I can just be like, no, I've got too many people on my schedule. I can't take you. So I sometimes evade the question.
Right.
Um,
Right.
and the thing is, the obsessive people, they're not fun to work with. I mean, they're always asking, like they're always on you, and it's
Yeah. Yeah.
and all of my athletes, I get to choose them, and they're fun and they're balanced. My most fun thing about coaching is trying to fit in training inside their lives because you
Yes.
run to make your life better. You don't live to run.
Exactly.
Well, you shouldn't.
No, for sure.
Well, I'll have to let you know. My one of my friends and I just kind of flirt with the idea of just going. She has a brother in LA,
Oh yeah.
of going down just to do a race in LA.
Yeah. What kind of race? What distance are you looking for?
Oh, whatever,
Okay.
anything. I mean, this September will be my first attempt at 100 since my leg rebuild.
100 mile or
So
100K? 100 mile?
100 I did 100K in July, and
Okay.
that felt awesome. My leg totally no problem.
Awesome.
I mean, I'm slow, but I can, but the longer the distance, the better I'll do. Um, as long as my leg kind of stays together. So I can't run technical stuff like I used to,
Yeah.
which is such a bummer. I just used to love that. But I also I can't fuck this up, because if I mess up the surgery, then I have my foot fused and then I can't run.
Yeah. And
So
you've done that in the past, right?
yes, I have. And and I know, I mean, this is one of those injuries that you're never supposed to be able to run again. But
Yeah.
Blake, say hi, little Mr.
Hi, baby. Oh, they're so beautiful.
Isn't he just gorgeous?
It's
Oh,
gorgeous. Yeah.
yeah.
I'm thinking about something. Cami Simic,
Yes.
is she a good person to talk to on the subject of mental health
Yeah.
disorders? Is she?
Yeah, she may be, or I'll ask her, and
Yeah, ask her
if she
to
wants
talk
to
to her.
talk to you about that. I will, yeah, I need to call her anyway.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, okay.
it'll probably be later this week, because
Has she suffered herself from any mental health disorder
yeah,
or?
well, I'll let her tell you that. But yeah, and I don't know. We'll see how, I don't know if she wants to be very public, but I
Okay.
do think she'd be an interesting perspective. So I'll talk to her and ask if she
Yeah,
wants to. And are you writing an article, or
yeah, I'm writing, but it's a column. I have a regular
yeah,
column now, so it's like a 2-page thing. So I'm going to ask the same questions, and everybody's
yeah.
going to answer. That's how I see it right now.
Oh, perfect. Love it.
Yeah, yeah. What about
Um,
Rob? Do you know him? Are you in touch with him?
I do. I do. And I don't know if I still have, like, I haven't seen him in years.
Okay. Do you think
But
he's
I
willing
think
to
he would
talk?
talk. Yeah. So, yeah.
Okay.
And he coaches. I think you can get a hold of him pretty well just from his website.
Okay.
Yeah. He's a good guy.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I haven't talked to him, but yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Well, it's so great to see you.
Same, same.
I'm going to send you that information on that race. I don't think I can do it this year, but we'll see.
All
So,
right.
and I'll let you know if we end up doing that.
Please. Yeah, yeah, if you come.
Yeah. We got to go, but great to see your face.
Same, same, same. I'm happy we kept in touch all those years.
I am too, very much so.
All
I'll
right.
see you later.
Take care,
Okay.
Nikki. Bye-bye.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.